So Stargirl continues with Summer School Chapter 2, even though there was really no summer school whatsoever. I guess they should have come up with another title. Perhaps they should have called it Jade, where we get more into this new character based on Jenny Lynn Hayden, who is the daughter of Alan Scott, the original Green Lantern. According to the Stargirl narrative, he died in battle against the Injustice League, and his daughter appears to have been put into a group home, and now that she's an adult, they booted her out. Which is all very sad, you know. It was called the Ordway House, which is named after Jerry Ordway, a great comic book artist, who did a lot of work on the Shazam stories, specifically the title Power of Shazam. And, since in the Shazam movie, Billy Batson was sent to a group home and all that sort of thing, and I kind of wondered, could it be possible if there is a Billy Batson at that house? But I don't know if they'll allow alternate versions of those characters. But anyway, she was given something, a little box, and she opens it up, and there's a toy car from her brother, so I'm guessing they will lead to her brother Todd, who is, of course, Obsidian, and she becomes Jade. But also within it is the Green Lantern ring of her father. Now, I'm not entirely certain how it gets there, if he died in battle. Did the ring do it itself? But so basically that's a bit of the backstory of how she ends up at Courtney's house, and they fight over the lantern and everything, and she's just trying to claim her heritage, but she has so very little knowledge of how it works and everything. But she did know who Stripesy was, and so he agrees to try to help her out to understand how it works. Now, he's going by what he witnessed Alan Scott do. But, of course, Jade is not a ring bearer. Jade is just imbued with the Green Lantern energy and power. She's basically a power battery herself, I believe. And they did acknowledge this, and they do that. That's kind of the discovery towards the end. Which is revealed to her and all that, and I'm guessing just through the glow of the light, they'll have her be green. But I mean, in the comic book, she was green all the time, and I don't know if they'll give her an outfit that's similar to the one that she was in the comics. Hopefully, because some of the others are pretty close. Certainly Stargirl is, and all that. So that's the deal. The setup here is that she's just so pure and nice, and Courtney's jealous. Yeah, everybody likes her. She makes great pancakes and all this sort of stuff. The other teammates immediately take to her, and they like her. And Courtney's mean to her and suspicious, but it's because she's jealous. And ultimately, she admits why. It's not just because it was a pretty bad first meeting. She breaks into the house and they fight over the lantern and all that, and tear up the kitchen and whatnot. But it turns out that Jenny is exactly what Courtney had fantasized about being, this daughter of a legendary superhero. So in Jenny's case, it's true. She really is the daughter of Alan Scott. And all of that. Her actual motives is she's trying to find her long-lost brother. And I'm guessing through the course of the season, he'll be introduced as well. It's quite a departure from the comic book versions of things, as Alan Scott was very much alive when he meets his kids and all that sort of stuff. And then the idea of this generational legacy type thing was born out there with those characters initially, with the team book known as Infinity Incorporated and whatnot. Long established and kind of just forgotten in a lot of ways. And it was really bad when the New 52 came along and they decided to make Alan Scott the gay character when Obsidian was. Now, Obsidian was one of these characters that he wasn't written to be gay initially, but there just wasn't a whole lot done with him, so it's one of those where you kind of, okay, he can be gay. You know, it's not like some characters decades, like, oh, I don't know, Tim Drake. Of course, the Superboy character is a new one, and they apparently have plans afoot for him to suddenly be gay, even though, yeah, if you kept up with it, that doesn't work out either. But anyway, that's another video, I guess. But Stargirl, so she comes around and she understands, you know, where she was wrong and whatnot, and it's another maturing moment and a bit of a humbling moment, and they work this well with her, you know, Stripesy being her father now, and they go back and forth, and she, you know, is understanding what she's supposed to do. And right at the moment that she's decided, I gotta stop being obsessive about Stargirl and take responsibility for my life and whatnot, and he has to tell her, well, turns out a supervillain has arrived in town. So they're gonna have to go after that. I'm guessing this the villain is Shade, and due to the nature of his powers and whatnot, that this would ultimately lead to where is Todd Obsidian, you know, that there might be some connection to that. So anyway, there we are. He's the new big bad, the only surviving member at this point. I think a couple of them did survive the Injustice Society after the last season, but anyway, he was one that didn't show up for that one. Now here he is, and so that's underway. Meanwhile, the ultimate villain here is Eclipso, which reared his ugly head, where Shiv thinks she's in charge, and of course she's so very wrong, as it is with anybody who messes with that crystal, you know. And she uses it to take over her fake mother, just because she wants a mommy, I guess, but she's got to be the boss and everything. Her fake mother was just having a good old time being free, and she should have left town. So Shiv uses it but doesn't understand how that crystal works, and it ultimately brought out the dark side of her mother, who tries to kill her. So she's forced to strike back at her mother, and the Eclipso crystal just consumes the mother to feed itself. And forces Shiv to participate in this, you know, and Shiv is like, well, don't ever do that again. I'm in charge. Oh, yes, you are. You know, of course she's not. And so that's part of there was a lot of, like, it started out like a horror movie in the first episode. And so with Eclipso in there, it's very much those moods and settings, and it works. So, you know, it's a cutesy show. There's a lot of silliness and whatnot, but it kind of works. It's still there. I still think, you know, Superman and Lois was the better of the two, but these are the only two CW shows that are worth even mentioning at this point. So, there you go. Another okay episode for Stargirl. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.